Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and 70 Mounts, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Dylan's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. We finished packing our things into the van, then we returned to our campfire. Clyde's worry was beginning to increase as Liam was still nowhere to be found. Patrice, did you see where he went? The dragon pointed at the nearby bushes and tried to locate the direction that the lynx had gone in. I saw where he started, but then I went back to my food. Sorry. The tiger extended his paw and pointed a finger at a bush on the left. I don't blame you. This isn't something we could have predicted. Clyde approached the bush in question, and suddenly the bush began to shake. Russell grabbed Clyde's hand and dragged the dragon away from the bush. Then, all of us simply stared at the bush in anticipation. The bull was about to ask something, but Blake shushed him. And soon, everyone slowly backed away as the sound became louder. The approaching creature drew near. Ryan placed himself in front of me, ready to be my shield in case whatever was coming was a wild animal. Guys, I found it! You won't believe! Liam came out through the gap between the bushes carrying a giant bag, the same one I'd seen earlier in the morning. Huh? Well, what's going on? He tilted his head, confused and unsure about the reason we were all wearing faces. Liam, oh gosh, where were you? I was worried sick about your safety. The dragon rushed toward the lynx, and he was about to give the spotted feline a hug. However, he stopped halfway through the motion. It seemed that Clyde remembered that Liam didn't like hugs. Awkwardly, the dragon settled down, and he patted the lynx on the shoulder. You didn't have to. Anyway, you guys need to come to see for yourself what I found. Liam rushed back into the forest and tried to lead the way, but nobody followed him, not even Clyde. Realizing that after a few steps, the lynx poked his head through the bushes in order to check on us. What's wrong? I sighed as I pushed Ryan out of the way and approached Liam. Although the bear tried to take my hand so that I stayed, I managed to slip away from his grasp. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Are you trying to prank us? It's not that we don't trust you, but we... No need to sugarcoat it, Joel. Blake cut in and he looked at Liam. We don't trust you. If you're planning to do something stupid, just don't. What are you talking about? How am I supposed to set up anything in the middle of nowhere? Dude, you're literally carrying a giant bag full of shit, and you're telling me that? Come clean or I'm not following you. I'm not what you guys are thinking. Everyone, please calm down. What's going on? Why did everything become tense all of a sudden? I know that's harsh, but we have our reasons. Okay, fine. I'll tell you everything on one condition. I want you guys to come with me and see it for yourself. Though, if you're like Patrice, scared and all that, you can stay here. I'm not scared. I'm just selective about what I can handle. Fine, I'm coming. Liam smiled the moment he heard that, and it seemed my decision convinced the others to give it a go as well. I suppose I'm looking for a hill anyway. A walk could be useful. Second, water time. God. Oh God, words can't describe how thirsty that walk made me. Blake took a step forward, and then Tiger followed suit. I'm giving you one last chance, Liam. If this turns out to be another prank, I'm done. For good. Forget about inviting me ever again, and even Dylan won't be able to change my mind. Russell approached Clyde, who seemed to be barely holding it together. The dragon must be overwhelmed at this point. Still, he was trying his best not to let it get in the way of his friends. How are you holding up? I'm exhausted. Hopefully the place isn't too far, and hopefully I can sit down somewhere. Ooh, excuse me. Ryan also forced himself to come along. Oh, excuse me. It was most likely because he wanted to stay with me. It was obvious, and I could see it written all over his face. Dylan, however, was still a mystery to me. He said no to Blake's stargazing. He didn't decline Liam's proposal, and he was tagging along also. It's not that far, but try to keep up with the group. I don't want you to get lost, and if you do, scream as loud as you can. I don't think I will, but thanks for the tip. Just the tip? Liam derailed from the main path and walked through the forest. The deeper we went, the harder it was to follow him. The road was growing steep and irregular, and the trees were starting to get in our way. Ah, shit! I slipped, but Ryan's reflexes saved me from tumbling down to the bottom. I got you! Are we there yet? It's getting harder to see. The fog is rising. Yes, we're almost there. Just a little more. I could see a hint of an old rusty gate, something that was pretty much in ruins and clearly abandoned for heaven knew how long. The fog, combined with the darkness, gave me the shivers. Ryan must have felt them too, as he never let go of my hand. What the fuck? Patrice uttered the words that I thought everyone had in mind. We walked forward, and the fog slowly faded to show us the infamous castle that Liam wanted to find so badly. Huh. Who would have thought it really existed? Russell moved close to the giant structure and began to examine it with curiosity, and then he made his way toward the center of an open area where an old fountain lay empty with nothing but debris inside. Amazing, isn't it? I want to go in. Hell no! I said I'd come, but going in? Nope! I'm gonna sit here and wait for you guys to come back. I get it, this cursed place is scary, I don't blame you. There's no such thing as curses. I'll show you that this is just an abandoned chunk of rocks. It must have been centuries since the last time anybody set foot in here. Russell huffed and headed for the entrance, and Liam followed him. The two of them were so determined to prove each other wrong that they forgot about us. We still followed them, however. What do we do? Ryan tugged my shirt, and he asked me the same question that I was about to ask him. I'd like to see the inside too. It's basically a museum, except there's no one here, no one to keep it clean. That's certainly one way to look at it. I like your vision. It sounds friendlier and less terrifying. Do you think we can get to the top? I think the roof will be a good place to look at the stars. I don't recommend climbing too high. Things here look unstable, and they might collapse under your weight. Though, if you or Liam brought proper equipment, we could give it a shot. I guess everyone wants to go in, then. You don't have to come. You can wait here with Patrice. I'd rather be around you and make sure that everything is fine. One second now. Water time again. Oh, God knows how much water I have ingested over the course of the last few minutes. Oh, he didn't really clarify what he wanted to keep an eye out for exactly, though I had a feeling that it might have something to do with Dylan. The crocodile had quietly joined Liam and Russell earlier, and it seemed that Ryan didn't want to leave me alone with the reptile. Alright, let's catch up with him before it's too late. All of us stood in front of the doors while Russell and Liam kept bickering over their different opinions, which turned into an endless argument. And soon Dylan just got tired of it. He was forced to push the two aside and grab the rusty handles himself. A horrid creak made its way to our ears as the doors were opened wide. Peering inside, I thought that it looked like as if the place was inviting us. As we began to walk through the doorframe, shivers crept up to my spine and moved up and down all over the court as if it was our playground. There was a chilling wind blowing against our faces the moment we landed our first steps on the floor tiles. Moving inside, we were greeted by the empty halls before us. It was old and full of dust and spiderwebs. The architecture looked charming, or at least that was what I thought before I saw the disturbing mess on one of the walls. I couldn't help being reminded about the things that Liam had told us about the place. If we weren't busy trying to stay calm and pushing away eerie thoughts, I might actually be excited to go on a tour of this place. Maybe during the daytime. This place is big. Where are we going first? Russell broke the silence, and the bull's voice echoing through the hall. Everyone turned to look at him, except Liam, who kept walking. The bull then moved ahead of the lynx and blocked the way so that the spotted feline wouldn't wander too far from the group or the lounge. To our surprise, though, Liam just suddenly stopped moving, then he crouched. The lynx leaned himself over the ground and began to analyze the soil, for reasons best known to himself. I'm going to check the rooms upstairs. You can come along. I don't care. He said that as he stood up, and it was seemingly random in relation to what he just did. Then, he looked around for a place to climb, and as he was walking to it, the entire group followed him. Once Liam noticed that we were all following him, immediately he stopped and turned around to face us with a frown. I meant one person. We're going to split. I thought it was obvious. Fine by me. Instantly, Dylan backed away. It was only like he was here for the company to begin with. It appeared to me that the crocodile was tolerating Liam only to use a lynx as an excuse to justify his own urge to explore as well. Why? I don't get it. Clyde's voice was shaky. The dragon was clearly not fond of the lynx's suggestion. We should stick together. Going alone in a place like this is never a good idea. He's right. Moving as a group should be the safest option here. Liam sighed, and he was visibly annoyed. No, it wouldn't. I was making sure that the castle could hold our weights. Imagine all of us climbing to the top. Excuse me. I'd rather have us split and scatter around to investigate. It'd be faster to learn all there is about the place, and I don't think you guys want to stay here too long either. What he actually What he said actually made sense to me, and that was probably why nobody said anything back to him. However, the weird feeling I had earlier never left me. I thought it was a little too convenient to see everything follow exactly where he wanted. Was that really the only reason you wanted us to split? I mustered the courage to express my doubt, and Liam paused upon hearing that. What's with that weird question? Blake followed on from what I'd said. You're not telling the truth, are you? What's your real intention? Liam went into a huff, and I could see him growing upset by the second. Nothing. I haven't done anything. You guys need to chill out. He was obviously hurt by the lack of trust in him, and we were all uncertain about what to do. Whatever, if you don't want to come, then go outside and be with Patrice. Liam headed for the stairs, and it was clear that he wanted to go away from us and resume his exploration. We do want to join you. If you were to be honest with us, maybe we'd trust you more. The bull opened up and tried to make himself a bridge that would connect us to Liam. How? Tell me how I'm supposed to do that. You guys don't listen to a word I say, and when I do say anything, I'm met with humiliating remarks, people laughing and calling me insane. We knew that he was going to say that. I wanted to defend him, and I was guilty for not doing so. However, pointing fingers was useless in this situation, and deep down, I kind of agreed with him. Liam's eyes landed on Clyde as the lynx continued to speak. Do you remember what I told you about that guy earlier today, Clyde? Clyde was silent, and so was everyone else. It wasn't only him, but it's you people, too. You guys think you're above consequences. People, every one of them, take, and take, but never give. You think that I didn't see how everyone was looking at me, Clyde? Ryan stepped between them, glaring daggers at the lynx. You don't have the right to say any of that just because you haven't acted like a bully today. You deserve all of it. Truth has to be reciprocated, and you've lost mine long ago. You're right, Ryan, and I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm asking you to do what I say or leave. I'll wait with Patrice, then. Are you coming with me, Joel? This question made me conflicted. I wanted to stay and solve the situation, but I also didn't want Ryan to leave. Then, my thoughts were interrupted by a loud thunder and a lightning that struck somewhere nearby. As the rain hit the roof, it shook the whole castle. That's weird. Quite a heavy one, too. I checked the weather before we left, and it wasn't supposed to rain tonight. Well, the forecast can be wrong sometimes. The doors opened once more, and barging in was the tiger, who barely managed to flee from the rain. God damn it, I didn't want to be here! Ryan sighed. The bear probably had a similar feeling. Blake asked Liam one more time, hanging on to whatever kindness he'd left in him. Are you really going to go alone? Why do you care? I thought you didn't trust me. Doesn't matter. Going alone isn't safe. Well, here I am, still waiting. You want to come along? The wolf rolled his eyes. It appeared he didn't plan to follow the lynx. I don't care if none of you come. Let me remind all of you that everyone here has agreed to give me another chance. As the lynx finished saying that, he moved away. I thought that maybe Clyde would say something. However, the dragon had been strangely quiet ever since the bear had interrupted the spotted feline. The dragon was wearing a gloomy expression on his face, and it appeared that he was deeply troubled by the things Liam said. Patrice didn't seem to care much about the situation, and Dylan was still chilling around from a safe distance. It seemed those two had things to keep their minds busy, so it didn't bother them. That left Russell and me as the only ones who truly cared about what was going on with the lynx. We looked at each other for a moment, and it became clear only one of us was allowed to go after Liam. I thought it'd be better if I took the initiative. What should I do? Russell will stay with the group. Where did Dylan go? No one was truly cared what was going on. And Dylan was still chilling around from a distance. Patrice, okay, I'll stay with the group. Alright, and I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!